YouTube and see when I'm actually live.
You're lying.
Yeah, but for some reason I have such a delay. Hello, everybody, if you can hear me. Welcome to L&L Diamond Painting. I'm Lee. She is off camera, but she is here. She's not feeling the greatest, but she was insistent upon making sure she was here.
The second hour.
Well, you know.
Hi, guys.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Dick.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Lee, how's it going?
It's going well. How are you, hon?
I'm good.
Very good.
She did not now. We're hanging in there. Oh, my Lord. I just found the drill. I don't know where in the heck that did all that.
Well, thank you, Ditz. I appreciate it.
Hi,
And you
Helen.
never know, you might be you know, have some good input. You know, I'm just giving it a few minutes just to see if a lot of other people come in.
Thank you for coming, Dick. Just in case I got a bell out, I didn't want to do it and you not have a mod. You didn't know. You not have to boot somebody out like a troll.
Like I can't do that.
Huh?
I can do it with relish.
Yes,
And
I
mustard
know,
even.
but that's our job. You're the host, right, Dick? That's our job to boot them out. No, you got a Dick group here. I'm talking about a troll.
Yeah, we don't have too many of those, and if we do, that's their problem. Oh, I forgot to do something. Hold on a second. Go to
You didn't.
StreamYard.
You know that nobody can hear Lenore, right? Can they?
Where is your
My speaker.
microphone?
I didn't think about that.
It should be on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can they hear her? Can they hear
forgot
her even though she's not on stage? I mean, she's off stage that she need to be added to the stage.
No.
I don't know when I did. Hi, Helen. I don't know if I told you hi.
Let me see your mic. Is it green?
Yeah.
Maybe you're too far away. I don't know.
Maybe.
Okay.
Hi, Holly.
Hello, Holly. She is saying hi to people. She just the microphone for some reason doesn't reach that far.
That's a little louder.
If you need to turn that down, you can.
That's wonderful news, Helen.
Yay! Very good. There's a lot going on tomorrow.
What?
Well, you got drills and chills starting. You got the memory event starting.
Oh, Lord, is that tomorrow?
That's tomorrow.
I keep thinking we got to Mondays.
Monday's the 2nd, isn't it?
Yeah.
There you go. Well, you're only doing a partial. You already started it anyway, so you can always wait till the 2nd.
That's not the point, dude. I didn't realize it was tomorrow.
Yep, starts tomorrow.
So the drill.
Then there's Small Shop Fall Festival. You know.
Yep.
All kinds of them.
That's mine too.
Yep.
Wait, now that I'm doing the night market event, I qualify for the Small Shop Fall Festival.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I thought Make Market was store brand.
Ah, man. Shut up, Lee. It is.
That doesn't qualify for small shop all.
Okay, Lee. I did it. Oh, well.
Anyway, are you having problems over there?
No, I'm just telling you, Holly's been sick.
Uh-oh. What's wrong, Holly?
She's starting to feel better.
I bet you had him.
Careful what you say.
For God's sakes, everything keeps going on here.
Yeah, I guess the microphone doesn't have the kind of distance I thought it would.
It's not like, I forgot how many it said.
For some reason or other, Lenore's having issues with her laptop. It keeps doing funky things on her. So she is still here. She is answering when she can, but she has to keep finding chat. So anyway, let's get something started here anyways. Welcome everybody, as I said before. I did go to a webinar for caregiver support facilitation. It had some interesting information, mostly pertaining to when you had a dedicated server or dedicated, like a Zoom or something like that. So it didn't really translate well to here because, which is why the crawl on the bottom, because it is an open forum. Yeah, they say I could make the live private, but then trying to get the link to everybody, and if anybody else needed some help, if they didn't know somebody in the group, then it would be kind of hard for them to get here. They talk about things like, group rules and privacy and, things like that. But again, it is YouTube. It's not much expectation of privacy in here. So it's more of a bullshit session. Here, here's what I'm going through in trying to do support. Can you give me some suggestions on how to do this or how to do that? I did put in the description some links that for support and help. I'm sure I didn't get them. I know I didn't get them all, but I got at least a couple that might get us started. Get you started off. But
Love you, Berta.
hey, Berta.
She gotta go. She gotta go.
I'm sorry.
Berta, I didn't get your phone call in time. I'm sorry, but I don't know if you got the message, but we'll talk later. I love you.
Here's the funny thing in regards to Berta. She lost internet and cell service. The way she lost internet and cell service was because of the fact a cruise ship propeller sliced the cable. How the hell that can happen when the cable is supposed to be buried underwater or at least at the bottom of the ocean is beyond me. But that's what happened.
Yeah, I meant to tell you something else. She got another iMessage to go through last night, and she said that it was worse than they thought, that it hit like 30 miles away out of it to fiber optic cable. They had to have a cruise in Seattle coming in, and it may be in the middle of September before they
Oh,
can.
great.
Yeah.
But anyway, as I said last month, the reason I started this was because Lenore and I have been caregivers for 30 years. I keep getting a buzz on my phone and I don't know why. Anyway, we've been caregivers for in excess of 30 years. The exact date is up in the air. But all that time, we had this situation of wanting to have someplace to vent, wanting to have someplace to go to say, I'm going through this. You know, it's aggravating. It's exasperating. It's a real pain in the ass. And at one point in time, way back when, I was actually considering going to a hospital and asking if they had knowledge of anything or if they had space that we could, that people could occupy for a specific amount of time to do just that. In other words, starting my own support group for caregivers. I had seen it as a need. I had seen it as something that should be. If I'm missing anything, hon, please tell me. I don't know what the hell is happening over there. But anyway,
Berta just messaged to say something. I love you, Berta.
well, hey, a rumor's a rumor. See, that's how rumors get started. And that's how they perpetuate. One wrong piece of information and it gets all blown to hell. That's why I keep saying at the end of things, unless you know for fact, unless you've been there, don't comment. Gee, perfect example. Anyway, I had thought of, and Lenore agreed at that point in time, that a support group would be a good thing, and we couldn't find any, and we looked. So I was actually considering starting one, and my schedule got blown all to hell. So we couldn't really commit to any one particular day and time because at the time I was working security and the job that I had required me to be on call 24/7. So it was a bitch. And it never seemed to be the right time. And now with the advent of the internet and whatnot, and after talking with several people within the community who are also caregivers, I thought maybe that, it might be a nice thing to do to start the caregivers group, at least virtually. Like I said, there have been some downfalls in the implementation. Like I said, there's really no privacy. So it's kind of hard for some people who are very private people to be able to open up because they don't know who's here. You can't really form that kind of a bond when the people that are here are so random. There are some people that come in are so random, that it creates that issue. But I figured I would give it a shot. I figured I'd give it a try and see what we come up with. I know that, caregiving is not always hardships and problems. Caregiving can be a lot of fun. I told the story last month of my mother-in-law, whom had to be tucked in at night just for comfort's sake. The one last goodbye type thing for the evening. Who I turned around, we had a small fan on and ended up just not even touching the fan because she said she wanted it in a particular position when I knew it was already on her. So I pretended to hit it to move it. She said, "Oh, that's perfect." Funny woman. Or the story of my mother who was taking care of my dad at their home, whom I would run over at 2:00 in the morning because they couldn't get the printer to work, when all it was the fact that my mother had forgotten or had not turned the printer on. When she was already asked, "Is the printer on?" Well, the computer's on, that doesn't mean the printer's on. But nonetheless. Yep. Well, Helen, that is caregiving. You look after people, and there's so many different ways to look after them. In our case, 99% of the time, we have them living in our home. There has not been a time in 33 years of marriage that we've actually had nobody in the house. Yeah. No, I was right. Nobody in the house. There wasn't a time when we didn't have anybody in the house other than people that we were caregiving for. And they were all family, or a good portion of them. But there are other types of caregiving, like Helen's mom, where you go out and take care of them. Yeah, they don't live at your house, but you still get up in the morning, you go take care of the needs of the individual, and then you come back. Or in my case with my dad, my mom was the primary caregiver, but I would run back and forth between what I was doing for a job at the time, which was working at a self-storage facility, and to the house, which was, it wasn't that far. It was only about a 20, 25-minute drive. But nonetheless, stop my day, go take care of what she needed to take care of, and come back. That could be aggravating. But again, they had their funny moments. We would go out to dinner, and this one particular place was actually, it was a restaurant in an old historic house. And they didn't have ramps for wheelchairs. And I had to take my dad in his 300-pound frame, along with the weight of the wheelchair, and try to lift it up this half step. And I tipped it over so far because I needed the leverage. I tipped it over backwards so far, my father grabbed a hold of the wheelchair arms, thought I was gonna drop him. I'm like, no, Dad, I've done this plenty of times.
It still feels that way.
Yeah, well, you would know better than me.
Yeah. Sometimes it's scary that I learned to rely on. I learned to trust the people that was helping me.
Well, that's a good thing, and that's the whole point, or that's the whole a whole other thing, is the fact that you have to gain the trust of the person you care for, even if it's a family member. because family members can inherently mistrust somebody that's caring for them, thinking they might have ulterior motives.
Yeah.
But
That's wrong. Maybe we can hear me.
yeah, I know.
Maybe we can type in this.
I got to figure out what's going on with that. It's gonna be a smart ass, so you want to lay down on this end. Like I said, she's not feeling well, and she's sorry because she wants to help, but because of the fact that the camera is, or the antenna for the microphone is so far away, it's not picking up her voice for
Hi,
whatever reason. So, hey. But hello, Angel. How you doing, hon? Yep.
thank you, Angel. I love you.
If there's anybody in here that does not know, Tammy got some rather bad news on her cat. It does have liver cancer. So that's why the extra hugs and some of the comments that I've made, you know.
He got sick this morning, so,
Uh-huh.
but
If you need to go off camera, Hunter, if you need to leave, that's fine. You know.
okay. I'm
It,
alright.
it seems like we're not getting a lot of people at the moment, so that could be from the time of day because it is early. I may have to reconsider the timing because I know that we have quite a few caregivers, and I still think it would be a good thing. I'm not giving it up. Don't get me wrong.
You might consider doing it about 2 o'clock next time.
Yeah, I might. 2, 3 o'clock somewhere on there. I gotta look at the schedule and see who's going live.
Yeah, that's trying to do, Angel. I done the painted for a while last night after I calmed down, so I got my ticket road done. Believe it or not.
But that's the other thing too, is the fact that, you know,
Thank you, Helen.
even as caregivers, we have to keep ourselves busy with our own things from time to time. If you're part of a couple, you need to go out and, go for a date night, go for movie night, go do something together just to unwind. If you have to have somebody come over, set up with somebody that you trust. That hey, if we, can we schedule you to come over and take care of person X, so we can spend some time alone or spend some time out. And if you're lucky enough to be able to do an overnight thing, go to a hotel room. Have room service or do whatever. Sightsee in your local town or your local area. We used to every now and again up in Boston, when we lived up near Boston, every now and again we'd actually go play tourist in our own neighborhood. When you live near Salem, there's a lot to see.
I would
And
love,
there's a lot to do. Huh?
I would love to go to Salem, Massachusetts. I would. That's October. That'd be cool. Hi, Jenny.
Thanks, Jenny. But yeah, when you're a caregiver, and caregiving is a wide variety of things. Believe it or not, a parent is a caregiver.
Mhm.
You know, you're raising your children, you know, or foster children or whichever. You're still considered technically a caregiver. So those times become even more special when you can spend a day or half a day or a few hours out and about, out and around. Um, it works well. Hi, sweet Lenore. Unfortunately, like I said, she is not close enough, so you can't hear her. I don't know why. I didn't think that these things, I thought these things had more distance to them. It is on.
You're always on.
But anyway, um, you know, they are important to everybody involved because when it gets to be too much after a while, and I speak from experience, your attitude can translate um, across to whoever you're taking care of. You know, you can jump on whoever for no reason. Oh,
Mhm.
okay. Sorry about that. I needed to take a little bit of a second to read Angel's post. We went through similar. Again, that was a situation where my mother was in Florida at the time, and we were in Massachusetts. But we were on call all the time, and most of the time ready at the drop of a hat to be able to fly down to Florida if we needed to. And when a parent is or a loved one is in those particular conditions, it makes it even harder because in my mother's case, she had what they call generalized cerebral atrophy, which basically means the brain was literally shrinking, not figuratively, not a descriptive pattern. It was literally shrinking. Um, and you see a lot of things that can break your heart. You hear a lot of things that can break your heart. You know, especially when they get to a point where they don't recognize individuals. Um, and it makes it tough for the caregiver to continue on. I've always said that there is no circumstances short of safety that would make me throw somebody into a nursing home or old age home or retirement home, whatever the proper term is for it now. And when I say safety, I'm talking about safety of not only the individual, but for those around them, because they can become violent. Not meaning to necessarily, but they can become violent. And you have to guard yourself against that in that you can't really let it show to many people. Or at least I can't. I shouldn't speak for everybody. I can't let it show to many people. You have to maintain a strong attitude. So you do end up being on edge, as Angel describes it. Not easy at all. Then you've got people like Tammy. Yes, I'm throwing you under the bus.
Thank you.
Who are, I figured you'd like that.
Yeah.
Who are capable of doing all kinds of things, but because her body has betrayed her the way it has, her mother ends up caregiving and running around and running back and forth. And you start to think, well, you can do all of this. Why are you calling me? Well, because they need you.
Yeah. She's pretty spectacular.
Well, there's a difference there, Helen, and I apologize if what I said sounded insincere or insulting. I was just speaking primarily for myself. Obviously, there are other qualifying circumstances that you have to do that, but and it is unfortunate. Exactly, Jenny. Exactly. That is what we do for the ones we love when we can. Unfortunately, whether it be for financial reasons or just the ability to tolerate it for whatever reason, for your own mental health, there are some that that you can't do that because it's hard to get for lack of a better term, an adult babysitter. You know, it's not easy and it can be expensive. If you have the money, great, but yeah, you'll have to forgive me. I keep having to go back to chat. Yep, and that's true. You've also got that. So when I say there are varying amounts and degrees and types of caregivers, that's not just a joke. It's not just a term. It's real. You okay over there? Oh, um, she had a half brother that we took care of for quite some time. Oh, that's a different story. Yeah, but you still took him places, and you know. He had also the point I was trying to make. I had to clarify what she was talking about. The point I was trying to make is the fact that he had Alzheimer's. So again, she would take him to a restaurant where they used to go singing, and he didn't know who she was. So that's the kind of heartbreak I'm talking about. I mentioned that. Um, but why the hell is this thing vibrating? It's driving me nuts. My phone. but there's no notification, so I don't know why it's doing it.
It's totally non.
Oh, well, that could be.
Non
Sounds like
does.
it's mine though.
Well, every
But
time
anyway,
non
Eleanor's falling asleep finally. But anyway, you know, it's not easy, and here the reason I started this, like, is just that we've all got our own stories, we've all got our own situations, but we have two things in common. 99% of us craft, and we are caregivers, whether it be for physically, mentally, emotionally handicapped, whether it be for somebody who's not handicapped but has nowhere else to go. So you take them into your home and you cook for them, and do various other things for them. Go with them on appointments that you don't necessarily have to go with them on. That's still caregiving. Because you're seeing to their mental well-being as well as their physical. And with those two things in common, we have a lot that we can talk about. We have a lot that we can share. And maybe from week to week, give each other the strength to go another week without falling apart. Go another week without, oh my God, what do I do? We have each other to talk to. We have each other to commiserate with. And it's not just during these sessions. Most of us have formed friendships with each other where we can message one another, through Instagram or Discord or Facebook or whatever. So we have that, have that ability, and it's an ability and a choice that everybody should take advantage of it, because we all need a shoulder. Somebody once commented, and this is a paraphrase from a comedian quite some time ago, where they say, well, support groups are just a crutch. They weren't talking about support groups, but nonetheless, they say support groups are just a crutch. Well, when you got a broken leg, a crutch is not a bad thing. Let's face it. There are times when crutches are needed. And we as a group can be each other's crutches. Or, again, if you just need that once a week booster, or once a month booster, excuse me, you have that once a month booster. As things grow and as we get more people, then maybe we can consider something else. But for the time being, once a month is not necessarily a bad thing. But yep, I remember you telling me that. But well, that's why I said sometimes they do get violent, and that's when it's unfortunate it has to go elsewhere, because they become a danger to themselves and to others. So, as I said, my point being is the fact that that's what I started this for, and that's what I hopefully. Hello, Judith. Welcome in. You're not late. You're perfectly on time for your circumstances. It's that simple. Plus the fact that it's a little early. I've got to reconsider the time. Maybe make it a little bit later so that, I mean, 12 o'clock. Even I turned around, woke up this morning and went, oh shit, I got a live at noon. It's like,
I set
you
my
know,
alarm.
you what?
I set my alarm.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Well, I do appreciate you doing this, you know.
Never
with
say
us.
I did anything for you. No, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have not come.
Yeah, well, you know, given your circumstances, it's understandable if you couldn't, you know.
Yeah.
But
Matt did get sick this morning, right when I went to bed, of course.
of course,
Yeah. But I'm okay right now.
well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So
Listen,
you didn't miss a whole hell of a lot. As the scroll says, we cannot guarantee any kind of privacy, but it's still a place to vent. It's still a safe place in that nobody will be ridiculed, nobody will be put down or made fun of because of their circumstance.
that was smart that you put that across the bottom. You
I
know,
don't think anybody really wants to mess with Tammy if, God forbid, they come in here and try and start shit.
no.
But at 17 p.m., Helen, yeah, but it's 17 p.m. That's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. 17 being military time. But I don't think she meant that either. I think she meant 12. But at any rate,
Helen, ignore
or
him.
it could be 5 because she is in Alaska. No, Helen's not in Alaska. What the hell am I talking about? I'm thinking Berta. Oh, she's in Scotland.
Scotland.
That's even worse. Holy.
What time is it there, Helen?
17 p.m.
I don't know. Are they still 5, 6? Are they like 6 hours?
They're like 5 hours ahead of us.
Like Angel.
That's just like Henny. Henny's the same way.
See, when I messaged Adam and Angel, it worked out perfect because I'm a night owl, and when I'm partying, they're just now getting up. So
See, 17:43 there. So yeah, and that's what time it is for Helen too, because they're in the same general time zone. But anyway, Judith, as I was saying, now that I've scrolled a little bit, you know, it's a place for us all to get together and talk to one another and maybe survive for another week mentally. And the fact that I'm sure any one of us in the group, if somebody needed, all they'd have to do is reach out and we'd be there to listen because everybody needs a crisis intervention every now and then. As I sit here with hiccups. No, you don't want to be scaring me to get rid of my hiccups.
I do.
Never mind. No, she hasn't lost it.
You know, you're not going to
I wish she'd never found it, but you know.
Lee, don't make me put you out again.
You do that, you'll lose all your privileges.
Right. You wouldn't let you.
But so that's basically the catch up in the long run is the fact that unfortunately we can't guarantee any kind of privacy. But we are still here for one another and we have this monthly meeting to be able to vent if needed. Which it's nice to have a two-way conversation because I can't talk the whole time on my own. No, I could, but I bore a lot of people and awfully quickly because I probably go over the same stuff over and over again. I did put in the description some links that might be able to help people. Further information for care groups and ways to find maybe care groups in your area if you would rather go to a physical location. Not all of them cost, but some do have either not necessarily admission fees, but something to help pay for the things that we don't need in online, being a physical location, snacks, coffees, that kind of thing. You get your snacks here on the way in. Virtual though they may be, at least they're fat and sugar free. No calorie gain, no weight gain, no diabetes issues. And they taste just as good if you know what they taste like. You just have to use your memory. That's quite all right, That's quite all right. Family comes first, always. Real life comes first, always. And by all means, if somebody has something they want to share or some advice to give that they don't think, that maybe somebody else didn't think of, by all means, feel free to pipe in. This is not a one-way street, And even if it is, be a rebel and go in the wrong direction. We can have fun with this too, somehow. It is a rather serious conversation at times, but that doesn't mean we can't have some fun. Would you say? If I figure what out, how to have fun with this? Well, you're laughing, ain't you? Well, all right then. Sheesh.
Sometimes it be so kind of snatchy.
You can't reach me from there.
I didn't say I did, but that don't mean I can't try. Yep. Lee, can I ask you a question real quick?
You can ask me whatever you like, hon. Whether I'll answer it or not is another story.
Well, you did answer. I got a troll that keeps logging me on Instagram, and I don't know how to get rid of them.
Well, there should be a block in IG somewhere. I don't know Instagram that well, but I'm assuming there's a block somewhere on it. And if anybody else can tell her how to take care of that, that would be nice too.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, I thought I knew how to block them, but I don't. And it's one of those sockets.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean to interrupt.
No, that's fine.
I just don't know.
This does not have to be a topic of, this does not have to be all about caregiving.
Oh, man.
It's just a place for us to hang out, get, vent. If the topic comes up, and we talk about it. If not, we'll just sit here and hang out for a little while.
Aha! I found it. No, thank you.
Look
I had
at the screen.
Lay don't make snatches.
Well, it is Saturday. I know you have the bait shop, but If he's home, he can take care of it. Holly and her husband have a bait shop that they run up in Pennsylvania.
Yummy.
Yeah.
Is it breads or sweets? Not that it matters, because I take both.
What?
I said, is it a bake shop like breads and stuff, or is it
No.
like sweets?
Bait, B-A-I-T, as in for fishing.
Oh, sorry. I don't want that. Ew.
I mean, bring a whole new meaning to the term. I'm going to go get some gummy worms, you know.
Shit. Thank you, Angel. That's what I looked for when I saw that. You'd think I would have known that. I really am pretty tech savvy, but I'm not really thinking clearly. I've had 2 hours of sleep.
Yeah, well, that's not good.
Like I said, I couldn't sleep last night, so I diamond painted to keep my mind busy so I wouldn't cry. When I finally got so tired, I couldn't hold my eyes open. I laid down and he stopped it. So
Yeah. Don't
That-
bang your hand like that. You're liable to hurt it. Yep.
I'm tough.
Hey, you know.
Just because you're a weak one don't mean I am.
Oh, just because I'm a weak one doesn't mean she is. She's really asking for it.
I'm not afraid of you. But yeah, I realize that, Holly. Now I'm kind of nauseated, so that's okay. Gross. I thought you said bake, as in like bake good.
Yes, I know, as in cakes and cookies and
Yeah,
I know.
I wanted some until
Well, now you don't have to worry about it, do you?
you. Just so you know, that don't go with coffee. I can tell you that. Yeah.
Oh, come on, Holly. You know you want to say something. You try to get your digs in every chance you get. But you I get even with even better.
Holly, I can taste it.
Oh, so can Holly, trust me.
I can taste it. I did it back too. I wouldn't do you, but I did him. Did it.
Nope. Nuh-uh, no way, no how, forget it.
Maybe lied because when I did the one, I dozed.
Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Might as well.
What did I do?
Yeah.
Well, that was dumb.
You might as well. Just leave it where I can see it. There you go. She's just taking her microphone off. Doesn't make any sense for her to have it if she can't be heard.
I was going to tell you something, but I'm not.
That's up to you.
I thought, ooh, I hate when you say that. It makes me so mad.
That's because you can't get me.
I saw you on, it said Lee is on live on YouTube. And I
Yeah.
almost painted, and then I realized I'm at your live. I told you I'm not thinking clearly, okay?
They told her that I was going live, so she went looking for it. She's like, I'm already at your live.
What did I do last night that you last saw her? You couldn't breathe. I did something stupid.
Yeah, you did, and I can't remember what it was.
What did I do? Oh, I was yelling at you.
Oh, yeah.
Into me.
Yelling at me because I wasn't listening to her about the tray.
Lee and Lenora's listen chat. Lenora's having trouble shaking her drill. So I don't shake mine. I tilt my tray one way and tilt it the other way, and they line up perfectly. So Lee was chasing the floor, and I was trying to tell him how to do it, and he wasn't listening to me. And then I finally yelled at him, and then I thought, you did this, that's the video. He can't hear you.
It's a pre-recorded video. I can't hear you.
And then I really yelled at him, people. Granted, I like to yell at him, but in that situation, I was stupid.
Yeah, but you only like to yell at me when I can hear it.
Yeah, it wasn't even fun. He wasn't listening to me.
And yes, another sketch video would be nice. Then again, so would another nature walk.
I
Just make sure the volume's on so we can hear the crunch of the leaves under your feet.
I really, really enjoy your videos, Holly. They really do relax me. Yeah. I think I told you that on a video, but if I haven't, they really relax me. When I'm feeling anxious or I just want to get sleepy, I watch your videos. Although I'll be honest, the rain ones, they keep me awake, that I still watch them because I can't stand rain on a tin roof. I'm the only woman in America that doesn't like that. But I hate it.
What do you hate?
Rain on a tin roof. If I hear rain, it keeps me awake. I'm the only human on earth that it does that to. So when Holly has a rain video, I just watch it when I want to relax, not when I want to go to sleep.
Yep. Well, it's still relaxing.
I
All
think
right,
that,
Angel. Have a good shower. Just make sure you cover the camera I hid in the shower.
oh my God.
As Adam turns around and punches me in the mouth, you know.
Angel, I'm gonna call you or message you later.
What are you gonna call her?
I'm gonna call her and message her later.
Never mind.
Oh, shut up, Lee. Anyways.
But anyway, like I said, it's nice to have just a bunch of people to hang out and not do much of anything. You know? And when the need arises, all the banter and all the joking can stop until we get whatever needs to be resolved. Like I said, I wish I had had this kind of thing when we were first starting out to be caregivers.
How would I let you?
Like I'm worried about that, Holly? Come on now. I got one in your shower too, so what?
Lee.
Why?
Good Lord.
But yeah, it's nice. I mean, I can't think of off the top of my head. I can't think of being able to say, okay, hey, here's the tip for the week, or on caregiving. Here's what you would here's what I did when this situation came up or whatever. I can't think of one off the top of my head. So by all means, if you have a question on what do you think the best way to handle something is, as long as you understand I'm not a psychologist or a doctor, I can give my 2 cents, Lenore can give hers, and maybe there's somebody else that has an even better idea. So we interact through comments. We interact through that venue. That's, just another way to be able to, message one another and say, hey, here's an idea. Or for that matter, just that. If you have an idea that you think somebody might be able to use, by all means, put it in the comments. It's what we do, or what we should do. I mean, I'm not my brother's keeper, but I am my brother's helper.
Well,
is about the best way I can put it. Yeah, I can't tell people what to do, but I can tell them what I would do in any given circumstance, if necessary. I won't necessarily out and out say, "Here's what you should do," because I can't do that. I'm not in your situation. I'm not taking care of somebody in that individual's circumstance. But I can say what I would do in with the information that I have at any given time. And it might be something you can use and say, well, gee, this part doesn't pertain to me, but this part I might be able to use. So, like I said, I'm not my brother's keeper. I can't tell somebody what to do or how to do it, but I can tell them what I would do. So I am my brother's helper. Yeah. And I think we all should be. I think this world is seriously lacking in or has been missing what used to be when you could go out at night or in the afternoon and leave your door unlocked and your neighbor would watch your place for you. Or you could call your neighbor and say, hey, can you come over and keep me company for a little, how about you come over and, we have a cup of coffee together? Or do you mind if I come over and have a cup of coffee together? I remember those days. We'd go out as a family and leave the door unlocked and never had to worry about it. And then all of a sudden, before you even knew it, you had to leave your doors and windows locked while you were in the house. You half the time, I'm sitting here now in an elder community. I live in a duplex. I don't even know the people next door to us. I mean, I know them somewhat to say hi and whatnot, but I don't know my neighbors. And I can't say that a lot of people do. But yet, when I was younger, we knew all our neighbors. We knew, what was going on with Mrs. Jones down the street. Because she would tell us, and she would share it with the neighborhood, good, bad, or indifferent. Then it got to the point where the only time people would even greet each other was during, say, a blizzard when I was up north, and that's the only time you'd hear people say hi to one another. Hi, wonderful weather we're having is you got 7 feet of snow around you. But and I think we're missing a lot of that. I think we can get within our own community, whether it be the diamond painting community or groups like this, I think we can get some of that back. Not all of it, obviously, because today's society won't allow for that. But nonetheless, we can at least get some of it back by being kind to one another, courteous to one another, and helpful to one another when it's necessary.
I live around all families, and so we always had each other. And now that my grandma died, no one's at that house, and then my aunt and uncle, they're not here a lot, and it changed a bit. So it kind of be nice if we did live in the neighborhood with neighbors, but if we did, that doesn't mean their neighbors wouldn't talk to you, because Hannah, lived in Lexington and Chloe's down there now, and so my sister's gonna retire in 3 years and then live in Lexington when she does, and Mom and I are going with her. And it's kind of scary to, certainly don't know the neighbors. And Judith, I saw your comment, but
yeah, that's what I have. That's what I have pinned now.
I'll let on it first. It is his live.
Lenore saw it too, and she's in the midst of typing her part of it. But yeah, that's another subject entirely. The fact that do it for so long that when you are suddenly faced with the fact that, hey, I can relax, you then stress yourself, and you do it to yourself. You stress yourself by starting to worry, but I'm not there to do this. You know, I haven't read it yet. No. You know, you stress yourself by starting to feel guilty over it, and there are coping mechanisms. I don't know at the top of my head what they are, but there are coping mechanisms. But it is something you have to get used to. You have to be able to say to yourself, yeah, I'd like to do more, but right now I'm just at my mental limit. You know, I've had it. I can't do any more right now, and I can't stress myself for taking care of myself. There's an old saying that is, you can't love someone else if you can't love yourself. Same theory goes. You can't take care of someone else if you're not taking care of yourself. Physically, emotionally, mentally, whatever. Okay? Because eventually it'll tear you down. And then you're no good to anybody. So there are times when you need to take a mental health break. You need to turn around and go bowling or, you know, whatever. Sleep, yeah, that too. But that's my two cents in the thing. As far as what Lenore says, that is part of her problem. She does take care of everyone that is around her. To a point where she goes out and buys, let's say pork chops, just for a food item. She buys enough for the three of us, me, my brother, and her. My brother will turn around and say, or I will turn around and say, that was good. Do we have any more? Without even thinking. And she will turn around and say, yeah, I've got one more, or I've got whatever. And she will give up her portion so that either of us can eat that little bit more. Now, we've already had our servings and, you know, our fill, so to speak. But she will give up hers, and that goes for anything she needs and wants. She'll give up herself. She will go without, so that somebody else can have it because they want it, not because they need it, but because they want it. So she does the same thing as far as that goes. And I talk to her about it all the time. But never ever feel guilty for, you know, don't feel like, you know, I'm being selfish, because you're not being selfish. You're making sure that your batteries are recharged. You know, accept the help gratefully.
And thinking of someone that has to have help, Judith, we don't want you to feel that way, you know, because my mom does, and I don't want that. I understand she needs time, and lots of it do. So it helped me to know that my mom is getting the time that she needs. that help me mentally and physically. So I just want you to understand that on the reverse side. It's okay. And I understand that my mom didn't take care of me to the best of her ability if she's not taking care of herself. If it doesn't make any sense at all. I'm not telling you not to feel guilty. That's natural. I'm just telling you that you don't have to because
Well,
we did it.
I'm telling her not to feel guilty because there's no reason to.
I know you are.
So
I was telling her,
I know what you're doing. I'm just being smart.
well, you are a smartass.
That's right. And oh my God, Holly's out of jelly jars. What are we gonna do? Quick, mail her some jelly jars. Like I know what a jelly jar is to begin with.
Today. So thank you. You made me laugh today. She's funny.
Judith, it will take time. You know, we did it. We've done it for so long. I don't think either one of us would know what to do with ourselves if we weren't. You know, my brother takes care of himself for the most part. You know, yeah, he's got some physical limitations and whatnot at the moment, as far as his medical issues. But he takes care of himself. But Lenore still does cook for him and goes out with him when he has appointments, just because he doesn't want to be going on his own because it's boring, especially with some of the drives that he takes. But other than that, he takes care of himself, goes out and about, whatnot. But I don't know what we'd do. I don't think we'd know what to do if we didn't have somebody we were taking care of anymore.
I'd make sure you had something to do. Trust me.
Oh no, don't you dare. Holly, because they say, quick, we got to mail it some jelly jars. But what did I miss something? Hold on. I gotta get back. I gotta read the bigger screen so I can actually see it.
I would do it.
Okay, sorry about that. I don't know if switch the mentality is the right term for it, because again, now you're trying to help the helper when you have the helper there to help you. So you're basically doing the same thing, but you're just changing the focus from the person you're the caregiver for to the person who's caregiving the person that needs the care. You know, I think when the caregiver's assistant comes in, which is basically what they are, you need to turn around and say, okay, if there's anything you need, here it is, here it is, here it is. You know, if you run into a bind, go ahead and call me. But other than that, I'm taking the day off or I'm taking the time off. You know? So by switching the mentality, as you put it, to helping the helper, all you're doing is switching who you're caregiving for. quite frankly, at least in my opinion. I could be wrong. Again, everything that I say is strictly my opinion. There is no basis in fact or studies or any of that other happy malarkey. It's just my opinion, yeah, and how I feel about it, as is anything that I say. Unless I tell you it was cited by this, that, or the other thing, anything I say is my opinion. That's solely my opinion. But other than that, has anybody got anything they would like to say that they haven't said already? I mean, you could have piped in at any time, don't get me wrong, but I've taken up an hour and 15 minutes of time because I haven't seen much come from other people. And I may have missed comments, and if I did, I apologize. So if I missed your comment and you want to say it again, feel free and I'll catch it the second time around.
You haven't missed any. I wouldn't have let you. I wouldn't have.
Yeah, I know you wouldn't
Although it did take me 45 minutes to remember that I could pin a comment.
have.
I'm like, oh yeah, I can do that too.
Yes, you can.
But I got a mouse, so I would have told you.
Well, there's an old sign that says, anything I can do, you can do better, but or anything you can do, I can do better. Well, guess what? You can do it, but you can't do it better.
I can always do better, dude.
Ah, keep dreaming.
Nope. I can. I'll do
What
it.
do we have?
You had that song.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Anything you can do, I can do better. Anything you can do, I can do too.
I've heard that.
No, you can't. Yes, you can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. Yada, 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 yada. But anyway, again, just so that you all know, there will be hopefully a premiere tomorrow, if I can get it recorded, for the kickoff from the memory event for 9/11.
I wanted to ask you something about that.
What's that?
No, I'll ask you after this.
No, that's fine. Go ahead and ask.
No, I'll ask you after this.
All right, fine. Whatever.
Okay.
I don't know what difference it makes. Somebody else might have the same question and want the same answer.
No, that won't do. It's about the premiere. I don't want to. It's about.
If she's up for it, after I read what I wrote, she's going to do a song. But that's dependent on whether she's up for it or not. Because her voice has not been what she wants it to be, and she's been doing a lot of coughing and clearing her throat and everything else. So. What do you mean wrong, Holly? Oh, I didn't get the words exactly. I know that, but nonetheless, if that's what you're talking about, it's still an old song. Like I said, I already knew that. It's just to give people the gist of the song. But anyway, all right. Well, if nobody has anything else to share or questions they'd like to ask, or ideas, whichever the case may be, if you are working and lurking, feel free to yeah. But if you're working and lurking, feel free to put up an emoji so we can at least say hello to you. Because don't forget, we don't know you're there. It doesn't give us a running count on who's in live or who's in the stream. Huh? Yep.
Holly, thank you for putting it in its place. I didn't know the song.
She thinks she put me in my place.
She did.
She's not careful, I'll be real mean. I'll put her on her knees down next to me.
Please,
Chuckles.
no comment.
I commented, shut up.
She said she commented, shut up.
You know.
Tammy too.
Okay,
Over
fine. Shut up, please.
there.
I hadn't said it today.
But oh yeah, you did. You said it not even 5 minutes in.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Well, see, I forgot, so I had to redo it.
Uh huh. You always do. It's like, oh, wait for it. Oh, there it is.
Shut up, please.
Now you just make it up for last time. Anyway,
I'm trying to
all right,
really.
everyone. I hope that we were at least some entertainment. I hope we were able to help you recharge your batteries or whatever the case may be. Keep in mind that, as I said, the comments section is open, will be open for everybody. If you have a suggestion for people on, gee, here's how I handle this situation, or if somebody has a question of, gee, how do I handle this situation, feel free to put it in there. Let us know what you think overall about the support group, what you'd like to see, what you would like to have happen in these support groups. Maybe if you'd like to hear about a guest or some sort of a speaker to share things with, somebody who's maybe a little more professional. And what I mean by that is somebody with a degree. Any ideas you have, we'll always bounce them off. I'm not going to say we're going to, we'll listen to everyone and then take everyone into account, but we'll at least listen and look at them and weigh them out in the process. I have no problem with constructive criticism or suggestions, as long as it's done respectfully. So feel free to leave a comment, ask a question, leave a suggestion.
How, Lizzie? You have the new people.
Hey, Lizzie. Sorry, you came in just as we're getting ready to end. Unless you've been here the whole time and we just didn't know. In which case, thank you for letting us know that you're here. It's appreciated in either case.
Sorry.
Yeah?
Did
What'd
you
you say?
let me know that you were going live today?
Did what?
Did you let Henny and Nia know that you were going live today?
I thought so, but I might have. It might have slipped my mind. You know me, I got a memory like Swiss cheese.
Maybe if you're up for it, maybe next time we can put out some kind of a notification so that they'll know ahead of time,
Yeah, somewhere along the line. You
Yeah.
can do that. But right now, people, my apologies, but the time will shift from month to month only because of the fact that there are so many lives that I just don't want to walk on. Unfortunately, there may come a time when I'll have to, which will probably severely curtail our viewership, but nonetheless. So the times may shift from time to time, unless I get my dander up and say, okay, no, we're going on at this time, like it or not. But thank you all for coming. Remember, try not to spread rumors like I did.
Hi, Cindy.
It was harmless because it was about a cruise ship cutting a internet cable with their propeller, but
I started.
nonetheless, it was a rumor. So no, I didn't, but that's the problem.
There
You
to
know, I
start.
didn't have any of the facts, and I just kept perpetuating it.
Well, I did.
So Lenore just said, "Well, you didn't know it at the time." So and that's what I was saying is I didn't bother to try and get any facts. But when it comes to criticizing or ridiculing other people, unless you've walked in their shoes and know exactly what they're going through mentally, physically, and emotionally, don't ridicule them. Don't, put any blame on them. Remember to hug a loved one and let everybody in your circle know that they're seen, know that they're loved, and know that they're appreciated. Any one of the above. Until next time, whenever that may be, either Tuesday or somebody else's live or somebody else's whip and chat or whatever the case may be.
Did
We will see you then. What?
Did you know Cindy came on?
No, I did not. I'm sorry, Cindy. I missed it. I
Her
missed you saying hi with a thumbs up, no less. That's cool. I love those thumbs up. So does Lenore when she's here. Yep, hugs to one and all virtually. Unfortunately, that's all I can do is virtually because, this doesn't work. There's nothing there. But
Hello.
nonetheless, and until the next time, I bid you a fond farewell.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for coming. Hit the like button on the way out, please.
Oh, yes, if you did like it, please feel free to like and subscribe.
And
Thank you for reminding me, Tammy. And even share if you think somebody can get something out of any of this. It's not, it's not like my random lives, but you never know. Somebody might be able to get something out of it. And who knows? Maybe we'll get some more people to come in and help out with any suggestions that they might have or thoughts they might have on the subject. Hey, and on that note, I am out. Bye. Oh, Lenore says goodbye too. She just reminded me to say goodbye for her. So yes, she does say goodbye and thank you very much. Bye all.
bye, guys.